Good afternoon, everyone. We will now start with the program of the oath-taking ceremony. Before I do the welcome, can everyone hear me at the back? Before I do the welcome, just some housekeeping rules, please. Exiting of the venues are through these doors here, left and right. Kindly also put your cell phone on silent or vibrate for the duration of the program. Furthermore, please receive the HOD's apology who's unable to attend this event. We also welcome the Deputy HOD, I'm not too sure if she is here, but also the Department of Nursing Science staff and all first-year students. To you first-year students, when you do take this oath, reflect on what you are saying and let what you are saying carry you through for the 4 years of your study. Okay. Next, I would like to welcome Mrs. Mersha Kramer, who will speak about the purpose of the study. The purpose of today, sorry. Thank you, Mrs. Kramer. Let's give a warm welcome. Sorry.
Good afternoon, everybody. As if we're going to do research now. But we should do research on this oath. Anyway, good afternoon to our distinguished guests, which are our first years. To my colleagues, good afternoon, and also to our fellow faculty members, good afternoon to you all. So I'm sure our first years are asking, what is the nursing oath? Why should we take it? Okay, the nursing oath is a solemn promise. You know most when we make a promise, right? When we make a promise, what should we do? Should keep it, right? Okay, so the nursing oath is a solemn promise made by us, but today it will be for you as first-year students who are entering our profession. It is a public declaration of the ethical commitments, professional values, and duty of care towards the patients and the community, as well as our profession itself. So which means when you say the oath today, Dr. Bowers did say, think about what you are saying. Don't just rumble it off to get it over and done with, but think about it clearly, because it's a promise that we are making. So it is therefore my honor to share a few words today on the purpose of the oath-taking ceremony, which is truly a meaningful tradition in our nursing profession. So why the oath? The oath ceremony marks the official initiation of you as first-year nursing students in the professional values and ethical responsibilities of nursing. It is a solemn and symbolic occasion that highlights the commitments of each of you as first-year nursing students that are making the oath to serve our patients with compassion, integrity, respect, and accountability. Remember, you made a promise to keep, so you are accountable for your promise. By reciting the nursing oath today, students are not only pledging to uphold the standard of patient care, but also embracing the spirit of selflessness, empathy for your patients, and lifelong learning, you'll hear about that term along the way, that lies at the heart of nursing. It is a reminder that nursing is not just a career. I'll repeat that. Nursing is not just a career. It is a calling. So, a calling that one dedicates ourselves to both science, we say most nursing is a science, right? But also to humanity, because we are going to work with people. And we will look after people and have their lives in our hands. So this ceremony serves as a foundation upon which each student will build their professional identity, guided by the principle of ethical practice, excellence, which is one of our values. and a deep respect for human dignity. So as we witness this opportunity today, we, as your lecturers, celebrate the beginning of your journey. A journey filled with purpose, challenges, and the profound reward of making a difference in the lives of others, which will be your patients and the community. So with that, I thank you all. Thank you.
I think Mrs. Kramer needs another hand of applause, please. Thank you so much, Mrs. Kramer, for that very insightful, short and sweet purpose of the day. And I can reassure you, students, you'll hear more as the day goes by. I just want to also thank Dr. Bowers, who did the opening and the welcoming. So our next guest will be, I'm going to introduce Mrs. Candace Williams, and she's going to do the introduction of our guest speaker.
Afternoon, everybody. So I have the role to introduce you to our special speaker today. It is my honor to introduce this esteemed academic and seasoned nursing professional known to us as Mrs. Bernadine Adams. Her journey began in 1988. It's a long time back, eh? Immediately after completing her matric, she began studying at the University of the Western Cape, where she did the course as we know as BCom. This, she mostly worked her clinical hours at Tygerberg Hospital. In 1992, Mrs. Adams commenced her community service as a professional nurse and was promptly appointed at Stanford Provincial Port Elizabeth Hospital. She served as a dedicated midwife for over a decade. Her career then led her to further her studies in intensive nursing care, and this was done in 2002. Her passion for critical care inspired her for further professional development. So this is when she obtained the experience and now wanted to go and get the qualification, as we know. So she enrolled at Nelson Mandela University and she completed the intensive nursing course, which is known as the Master's Degree in Critical Care. And that was in 2008. She continued her studies, obtaining nursing education and nursing administration. So I've mentioned quite a few qualifications. I just need us to keep track of these things. She then continued practice as a specialist nurse at the provincial hospital, as we know, right? PEPH. In 2015, Mrs. Adams joined Nelson Mandela University, where she was appointed as a clinical mentor. She now currently holds an academic responsible and position as a lecturer. She specializes in a lot of other teaching, such as general nursing, emergency nursing, supervising research students, and also engaging with other international and internal and external collaborations. It is with great pride that I serve, or I present to you, the remarkable Mrs. Bernadine Adams.
Thank you.
Good morning, students, colleagues. I almost say greetings in the name of the Lord because I'm a churchgoer. But good morning for today. And as you said, I am actually standing in for Dr. Hadana. So I am not the HOD of the department. But when Dr. Hadana actually asked me to render this motivational speech, I said yes, because I know all of us has the potential of doing something. And that's why I actually said yes to Dr. Hadana. So by now, all of you already, can Cobello just please help and assist me here? That's it. Cobello? Yeah. Okay. So you have been welcomed already this morning. No? I'm not going to welcome you again. By now, I know that you are welcomed. All right? Then, as I said, it's a privilege and a joy to welcome you into the nursing program, and that I can speak on behalf of Dr. Hadana. As I said, she asked me to do an inspirational message to you, okay? So where am I going to start with this? You are all sitting here this morning, so there's a reason why you are here this morning, all right? And you are sitting here because you have applied to be in this profession, all right? You have applied because you have read somewhere about nursing. And that is why I'm saying that nursing is a noble journey that many of us already has embarked on. We are a lot of academics that are sitting here this morning, and somewhere we have started with this journey. And as you just heard now by Mrs. Williams, that my journey already started in 1988, all right? As far from my home in Cape Town, in UWC, University of the Western Cape, I didn't have a choice. I just had to go there. I was 18 years old, just like many of you are sitting here this morning. And that's why I'm giving you an inspirational message to tell you this morning that it's possible for you. You started, and then it's possible for you to end your journey. So you are starting your journey now, just like all of us has started somewhere at the mere age of 18 years old. And as I now previously said, many of us began our nursing careers decades ago, some in the 1980s, some in the 1990s, and Mrs. Smith is sitting there at the back. I mean, Mrs. Smith already started way back. I don't know at what date and what year, but Mrs. Smith is still around, still doing nursing. So this is like a journey and a profession that never ends, all right? So, I was looking at you now, and I wanted to say that we all you felt uncertain, you were fearful. And I wanted to say, like you right now, you may feel uncertain, you may not know exactly what to expect, but within this uncertainty lies hope, imagination, and a dream of who you want to become. And I was thinking, but these girls and this student nurses look so confident. It seems as if they are not fearful. It seems as if they are not uncertain. The way they presented themselves the day with the cake cutting, you were so confident already, the ones who presented. But I know for every journey that is new, there is some uncertainty, and then there is some fear that you can experience. But as we all heard, we also started somewhere, and we also were fearful, we all were young, and look where we are today. All right, so it is possible. So the reason why I'm talking about this journey and why I'm talking about the journey is because I would like to compare it to something that is more familiar with you, and it is a road trip. Who has taken a road trip? All of us has taken a road trip in one or other time of our lives. Whether it is a road trip with family, whether it was a road trip when you had to go with sports, to go play sports, we all took a road trip. and you know what is the expectations of a road trip. So at the start of the road trip, there's excitement because you know you're going to drive, and there is anticipation. You dream of the destination. Where are we going to be? You envision their destination because maybe you saw it on pictures, all right? Now you have this view of where you are going to. And you think all the people that, when you are on that trip, you think about all the people that have taken that trip already. Ne? As I just previously said, just as some of us here in this department, the academics, have taken this trip, this road, and this journey before the time. But I said, but even with all the anticipation, there's still uncertainty, especially when the road is unfamiliar. Sometimes you just take a road because as you youngsters also, you're a different generation, you are very courageous. You will just go and you will only find out afterwards, why did I actually went on this journey? Ne? Because you are more courageous than what we are nowadays. Bello, can you just come help me quickly? Sorry. Okay. All right, so after this slide, there's actually pictures that I want to show you. Sorry. So this is just a road trip with friends that I want to show you actually. So this road trip was with fourth year students that went on the Lapel train. And there's Mrs. Kramer. So this is a very excited time in your career pathway. When you're going to go to when you're going to get to fourth year, all of you would want to go on this train because it's very nice. And now you're going to be seniors and you have to apply and you have to write motivational letters because you want to go on this road trip. So that is a road trip with friends, all right? And then, and I said, and also, so what do you do before a road trip? Before you can take a road trip, you have to plan. You have to do some research of the destination where you want to go to. You have to check out on the weather. You prepare your route. You pack your luggage, your playlist, because this was now music, ne? You cannot travel without music and dancing, so you want your playlist, and you try to be ready, okay? But even with the best planning, the unexpected happens. There might be a flat tire, you didn't prepare for that. There's a roadblock ahead of you. There you must take a detour, then the road and the trip takes longer. And there might be traffic delays. And what do you feel when that blockages come and there's these obstructions? You feel frustrated, you are angry, you feel depressed, all right? And you ask yourself, why did I take this road trip? Ne? Because sometimes you become impatient. And as I said, I'm comparing this road trip with a nursing career, all right? So in nursing, you will experience the same. There will be difficult days. Not all will be honky-dory. Not all will be happy. There will be times when you have done your assessments, it will be challenging. Some of you will go out, and not that I'm negative now, that is reality. You will go out crying out of that assessment room, all right? There will be times that you feel that you want to give up. I had a diary, and the other day, it's many years ago now, but I took out my diary, and in the diary, I actually wrote there, on a Tuesday in my second year, every time I was done with skills, I wanted to quit. Then I will go to my room in the hostel, and I will cry, and I will phone my mom, and I said, I can't do this. This is not for me, and that was in my second year. So I also felt like giving up. In my fourth year, I was doing midwifery. I was in the hospital and there was a delivery of a baby. And they cut an episiotomy. And all that I saw was blood. And I thought to myself, I will never be able to suture an episiotomy. And as I went out of the hospital, on my way to the hostel, I was crying because I thought this is impossible. Then my friend came. As I went to the hostel, she came out of the hostel. And then she asked me, Burns, and what's happening now with you? I say, no, I won't be able to suture episiotomy. This is part of our training. You have to do it. Otherwise, you will not be able to finish. Then she said, no, man, don't worry. You will be able to do this. And what she said to me is like, tonight I will sleep with you. I will be there with you. She supported me. And you will find out that they will, I just want to, because I'm talking on that point, I want to go there, that on this road trip, there is times that you cannot be by yourself. You cannot walk this journey alone. There, you have to find teammates that are with you. You have to build relationships with your friends. You have to lean on one another. You have to have a shoulder to cry on. You will have to have somebody that you can vent, all right? And then you also have to encourage one another. And I also just want to go back. I said to you, and just like any other journey, you need company. Can you see this is a Zalman truck that is also here? And these students work in a group. They're never alone. So on the road, it's nice to have family and to have friends. It's nice to have a journey when you have family. And when you are going out to shop or whatever, and time when you are tired, you need friends around you. You cannot be alone. All right? I just said nursing will be different. So I also want to take you to a scripture because for me, my encouraging comes from my spiritual side. We are almost three-dimensional. We are body, we are soul, and we are spirit. We cannot just be a body. We cannot just be a soul. We also need to feed the spirit. So I like to feed my spirit. So as the scripture reminds us in Ecclesiastes 4 verse 9 to 12, it says, 2 are better than 1. If either of them falls, one can help the other up. But pity anyone who falls and has no one to help them out. You will feel lonely, all right? And then it also goes further and it says, a cord of 3 strands is not quickly broken. You will see, and we have experienced it in the nursing, but I don't want to share this actually, but we've seen, once the nursing students are standing together, they come and say, no ma'am, you didn't do this. No ma'am, they stand together, and then a cord of 3 is not quickly broken, all right? And sometimes we have to give in, we have to listen, and then obviously you guess who wins, all right? But do not be by yourself on this journey. You need a friend, otherwise you're going to sit there somewhere in a corner all by yourself, you're going to be depressed, and then you would feel like you want to quit. And there is no reason for you to quit if you look at all of us, the lecturers that are here, and who've made it, and we went on the same journey as what you are today. Okay? So, what I say in this is support one another, defend one another, celebrate together, cry together, grow together. All right? Do not forget these words. Ne? Whenever you want to feel that I cannot make it, think about this words. You must have a support system, all right? And it's fine to cry. Sometimes, I know you have written tests already, and the marks didn't look so good, all right? It's not matriculous where you get 98%, ne? And then you think, wow, how can I now get a 40%? Well, I was also a crier. I cried, ne? So cry if you have to cry. Go look for a shoulder to lean on, ne? Okay? So in conclusion, I just want to say that this is a journey worth taking. The destination is beautiful. You have chosen a profession that is not only essential, but is honorable. Nursing is not just a career, as we have just heard, it is a calling. It is a profession that combines, as we heard about the science, and you will know more about the science in your lectures, in your theory lectures, all right? But there's also skill, clinical skill, and you need to have clinical skill in order to go look after our patients and nurse our patients. You need skill for that. And then as Mrs. Karama says, it's also combined with human compassion. All right? You need to have compassion. So as you pack for your road trip, your clothes, your playlist, your luggage, whatever you need for that trip, you also have to pack for this nursing career that's lying ahead of you. And you have to pack the essentials of the 6 C's of caring. And this you must please never forget. And that is compassion. Please pack in your compassion when you go to the hospital. Pack in your conscience when you go there. All right? You must be mindful of what am I doing here. You must have integrity when you are going to the hospital and nursing patients. Be confident and be courageous. All right? And I know the XU generation, you are very confident and you are very courageous. Be committed in what you are doing. You came here for a reason, so be committed at all times. Do not leave your commitment behind. Pack it in your bag as well. Communicate. We will not know if you cannot communicate, all right? Communicate with your practice partners in the hospital, the sisters, your peers, the nurses that are working with you. And we need competent nurses. Ne? We are training the skill because we want you to be competent, we want you to be knowledgeable, we want you to really to be excellent. Okay? So this is your beginning, and the world is waiting for the nurse you are about to become. I want you, there's images of caring, and I want you to become that nurse, that excellent nurse, a representative of Nelson Mandela University. So I thank you that you have engaged on this pathway.
Wow, thank you, Mrs. Adams. I can see the students are very excited. You must please wait your turn. You will still meet with Mrs. Adams, and she's going to share with you more, you know, when you do your, when you meet with her in a third year. And I promise you will always be reminded of this beautiful presentation that she just did. I just want to say thank you, Mrs. Adams. What I could gather from your presentation is, I must say, that you took us down memory lane there for a moment. Thank you, because you also remind us where we started and how we started. And it could have never been easy. But guess what? Also through your determination, we are reminded of how we were determined in our journey. What I could also see here, you have given students today is some advice. You gave them sort of a roadmap that they can use, and you also encourage them and give them that reassurance through hard work they can reach the stars. Thank you once again. Let's give ma'am another hand of applause, please. So, the next speaker on our program, I'm going to hand over to Ms. Mulahutsi as ma'am takes way forward in leading you with a pledge. I'm just going to introduce her as the pledge of the oath. She is the year level coordinator for the first year extended. Thank you, ma'am. You may find your way forward. Thanks.
Good afternoon everyone. Good afternoon colleagues. Good afternoon students and all protocol observed. Before we do the oath taking, I'd like to ask from our students, are you ready to take your oath? Okay, with that said, please stand as we take the oath. In front of you, you will see the oath Please have it in hand. I will recite first and you will follow me. Okay, we'll start with our oath taking now. In the presence of educators and colleagues, I take this pledge as a nursing student within the health science faculty. I pledge to uphold the university. Faculties. And nursing science department's values. As I embark on developing myself into a professional in the service of society and humanity, I promise to uphold the Department of Nursing Science values of professionalism, respect, excellence, and caring in diverse society. I will do so. I will do my best to understand and respect my academic and professional responsibilities. My freedom of expression. My duty to save others and the environment that I share with others. I will strive to be a reflective student. Using every opportunity presented. To develop in the profession. I will honor those who teach and mentor me as well as those who guide in my practical skill development. I will act with enduring respect for the dignity of human life. Foremost in my mind will be compassion. Respect. And integrity and the impartial care of all my patients, clients, and community. I will apply myself toward developing consciousness towards social justice. And equality. And will strive towards internalizing a humanizing approach. Finally, I will take responsibility for my own physical, psychological, and mental well-being to ensure that I'll provide optimal care to my patients, clients, and community. May I always have the courage and character to hold these principles sacred from this day forward as I place myself into the service of humankind. This oath I make solemnly, freely, and upon my honor. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Mulawutsi. Thank you, students. I know that was a very sincere and solemn pledge that you made. And just be reminded of what Dr. Bowers was saying. It is really serious business. Okay, thank you. Now, I just want to take the honor to present the lapel pinning. And I thought this year that I should actually explain what the lapel pinning is all about and also the meaning behind the name of the institution, Nelson Mandela University. Okay. Can I ask you to change the slides? Okay, so first of all, I thought that, you know, sometimes we of the perception that it's just a pin, and sometimes we don't even take time out to look at it closely and appreciate, you know, the person that appear on the pin. And then if you go closer, if you look at your pin, each one of you have a pin on the desk. If you look at it closely, then you will see our former president, our late president that appears. And then I'm just going to unpack a little bit about our former president and also speak about the name, the meaning of the name and the logo, what was the rationale behind it. So as we all know that Nelson Mandela was known for his outstanding characteristics. And I'm just going to mention a few. And I hope that is what's going to make you feel comfortable and proud and when you're out there in the community and you walk around with your uniform and saying proudly that you are from Nelson Mandela University, that you will do it with meaning, knowing that you understand, you know, what the university also stands for and why the university was named after our late president. So Nelson Mandela stands for his bravery. He also had compassion. He had tolerance and he had so much forgiveness. And also there was so much humility about him. And you can actually read up about it, about his characteristics and also the history, the political stand that he had in our lifetime. So I just want to stop there in saying that when we look at the name Nelson Mandela, you can actually see, I'm going to actually look at the circle. When you look at the circle, it means that it symbolizes the globe because he's internationally renowned. And also he stands for what we know with the meaning of Ubuntu. And as we all know, Ubuntu stands for that one exists because of others. You need others also to become. In Afrikaans, a mens is a mens, there are other mens, and there are many other translations. And then also is approachability. So the O stands, it symbolizes globe, Ubuntu, and approachability. The triangle replaces the A, and that means it represents growth and moving upward. What Mrs. Adams was presenting is exactly that. She just explained to us her journey, where she started as a student nurse and how she moved up. And Mrs. Williams actually just beautifully presented her and giving us an idea of what it means to move up, where you start from the bottom, and how she became, you know, qualified and how she specialized and became the person that she is. And so the rest of our lecturers here that are here today as well, all of us can actually reflect on how we move upwards and forward. So the triangle is also, in another sense, it speaks about completion and being progressive in life. So it further represents also diversity, and there's an African feel of internationalism, and it's really simplistic and innovative. And then the rationale behind the slogan, change the world, you'll see that Nelson Mandela stood for many things, such as what he achieved in his lifetime. It is a daily reminder that you can change the world. It is a powerful call to action and to encourage you to look for ways, no matter how big or small, in which you can change the world. And with that, I just want to say that we're going to take this opportunity and ask the student that we identify to come forward, and we will pin and do the lapel pinning. So what we would like you to do is to take your lapel. Okay, you can remove your pin. You can decide if it's going to be easier for you on your right-hand side. Okay. And you can attach it. Just make sure that you don't puncture yourself, eh? Just ask for assistance if there's anyone that needs assistance. Are we managing? Please do assist others that are struggling. It seems like thank you. It seems like we all sorted with our lapels, and yeah. I just want to encourage you, let it not just be a piece or a brooch, as we may call it. Let it not just be a pin that you can just put anywhere, but let's just wear it with pride. Let's go out there and just be proud of our institution. Thank you. Thank you. I was thinking that this day cannot pass, or even this slot of explaining the background of the slogan and the name and what Nelson Mandela stands for cannot pass unless we remind ourselves what the department values are. And these are the values: professionalism, respect, excellence, and caring. And guess what? Every time you open your workbook and your study guide, it is there. Let it always be a reminder that we have to strive towards the values of the department, as well as the institution. And with that, I just want to say my last quote. By the way, this is actually my favorite quote of Nelson Mandela, where he says, education is the great engine of personal development. It is through education that the daughter of a peasant can become a doctor, that the son of a mine worker can become the head of a mine, that a child of a farm worker can become the president of a great nation. It is what we make out of what we have and not what we are given that separates one person from another. Thank you. And now, we would like to call upon the 3 students that's going to share with us why I decided to become a nurse. Can Mr. Fana, Ms. Mostert, and Mr. Hubushi please come forward?
Greetings to you all. My name is Lapel, a first-year nursing student of the Nelson Mandela University. I firstly want to thank our year-level coordinator, my fellow colleagues, for allowing me to take this opportunity and to explain to you why I decided to become a nurse. I decided to become a nurse because of my love for people, the fact that I didn't like seeing people suffer because of their illness and disease. I wanted to help, and I wanted to be professional. I chose nursing because nurses always seem to be knowledgeable, to love hard work, to love their profession, and to conduct themselves ethically in public always. And the fact that they never age in their career. I wanted to become a nurse because they formed the majority of the global healthcare workers. I loved their resilience in helping their patient, even when they are not feeling well. I loved the fact that they always proved persevering when they faced tough challenges that were because of external factors that they had no choice in or involvement. I loved the way that nurses always let their light shine in helping people and in bringing hope to tough situations. I further learned that they were governed by the South African Nursing Council. With their strict rules, they safeguard the patient and the nurse. I want to tell you guys that recently I was inspired by a 4th-year student. And she said, I quote, "You may not realize your calling immediately in nursing, but the calling you may realize when in the experiencing of helping a patient, of being there and of being hope to people. The calling may be triggered by the passion for adult patients, for sick children, for pregnant women, or patients who are mentally challenged, and for just those who simply can't help themselves. Based on all what was said, I can safely say I am very happy that I decided to become a nurse, and I hope you are too. I thank you.
Goeiemôre. Ek is student-verpleegster Andrea Mostert en vandag gaan ek in Afrikaans die redes waarom ek besluit het om 'n verpleegster te word met u deel. Ek het besluit om 'n verpleegster te word as gevolg van my liefde vir mense. Ek hou nie daarvan om mense te sien ly as gevolg van siektes of kwale nie. Ek wil kundig wees en myself eties in publiek gedra. Ek wil hard werk en professioneel in my loopbaan wees. Ek wil aanhou leer en nooit stagneer in my loopbaan nie. Verpleegkundiges het professionele status. Hulle dra verpleegsuniform, behoort aan die Suid-Afrikaanse Raad van Verpleging en volg die streng reëls en regulasies wat hierdie beroep beheer. Ek het besluit om 'n verpleegster te word omdat verpleegkundiges die meerderheid van gesondheidsorgwerkers wêreldwyd vorm en dus kan dit as die belangrikste loopbaan in wêreldwye gesondheidsorg gesien word. Ek hou van die manier waarop verpleegkundiges hul lig laat skyn, selfs in moeilike omstandighede. Ek bewonder die deursettingsvermoë wat verpleegkundiges toon. Selfs wanneer hulle nie gesond is nie, plaas hulle steeds hul pasiënte se welstand eerste. Verpleegkundiges maak hierdie wêreld 'n beter plek en dra by tot die genesende krag van alle nasies. Ek is onlangs geïnspireer deur 'n 4de jaar verpleegkunde student. En ek haal aan. Jy besef dalk nie onmiddellik jou roeping as 'n verpleegstudent nie, maar die besef kan oor tyd kom. Soos jy betrokke raak by die vele realiteite van die Nelson Mandela Universiteit verpleegprogram. Jy kan jou roeping vind wanneer jy met volwasse pasiënte, siek kinders, swanger vroue of geestelike gestremde mense werk. Gebaseer op alles wat gesê is, kan ek met sekerheid sê, ek is baie bly, ek het besluit om 'n verpleegkunde student te word. Dankie.
Nursing. Andithathe lithuba ndibhotise kuwo wonke umuntu ophulaphuleyo. Lo mi phambi kwenu ngu-Indiphile Rhubhushe. Ndizothetha phantsi kwesihloko esithi, ndathatha isigqibo sokuba ngunesi kuba ndathatha isigqibo sokufundela uba ngunesi ngenxa yothando lwam lwabantu. Andithandi ubona mntu engaziva kakuhle ngenxa yesifo okanye isigulo. Ndiyayithanda indlela amanesi aqiqe ngayo, naziqokelele ngayo eluntwini. Asebenza nzima amanesi, kwaye ayawuthanda umsebenzi wawo. Abagugi kwimisebenzi yabo. Ndifuna ukubandakanyeka kwiqela lamanesi kuba anewonga elihle eluntwini. Ndinxibe iyunifomu yobunesi. Ndisebenzisane nebhunga lamanesi, iSouth African Nursing Council, iseng ngamafutshane, nangona inemithetho engqongqo ekhokhela ngayo lo msebenzi. Ndifuna ukuba yinesi kuba amanesi ngawona amanintsi kumsebenzi wokhathalelo lwempilo. Ndiyayithanda indlela amanesi avumela ngayo kukhanya kwabo kukhanye, nangona imeko zimaxongo. Ndiyayithanda indlela azinze ngayo amanesi noba sewegula, abeka ubomi bezigulane phambili. Kutshanje ndiye ndaphefumlelwa ngomnye umfundi owenza unyaka wakhe wesine kwizifundo zobunesi. Uthe xa ethetha, usenokungayiqondi okwangoku ukuba ubunesi lubizo lwakho. Kodwa xa selihamba ixesha, ubandakanyeka kwezinto eziyinyani ezinikezelwa yile nkqubo wabhalisela yona kwidyunivesithi kaNelson Mandela, ubizo lwakho lungachukumiswa yinkanuko yokunyanga abantu abagulayo, abantwana, abantu abokhulelweyo, nditsho nokuzalisa, nangokunxulumana nabantu abachukumesekileyo engqondweni. Kuyo yonke into esendiyithethile ndingatsho ndithi ndiyavuya kwaye andizisoli ngokuthatha isigqibo sokufundela ubunesi. Enkosi.
Thank you so much, students, for your very meaningful and a beautiful presentation. It is highly appreciated. Thank you. And now we are reaching the end of our program. I'm going to hand over to Ms. Chola to do the vote of thanks.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm taking this opportunity to greet you all in the name of Ubuntu. I'm coming here now, requested to do a vote of thanks. In my culture, it's mostly men who does this area. So bear with me, it's my first attempt on this. Firstly, I am going to give thanks to our HOD in absentia, but that now falls on Mrs. Adams and the whole management. We are thanking them for their valuable permission. Well thought that this oath lightning must be this beautiful occasion. The lecturers also for their efforts, their nurturing and untiring resilience to nurture these tomorrow's professional nurses. Then their presence at all levels is highly appreciated, especially with the first years. First year level is not a walk in the park, but it is doable. We also give thanks to the lab staff, Mrs. Smith, one of those nurses like myself who will never grow old. They will always be nurses. Now, I'm also going to thank Obey, Cabello, all the lab staff. This also includes the front liners, Mrs. Candice Lunga, and the all office staff there in front. I'm not leaving behind Mrs. Dina Botha. I've thanked the lab for their valuable support. We have seen all of them when we were busy there in ocean science. We are an ocean science gang, the first years. So they're always there. One call, they're always there. Sometimes we call them for mistake and we will get it for Mrs. Smith. We also appreciate that. The first year teams, the mentors, including myself, them in absentia, our colleagues who are working there. Many thanks for the untiring support and the lab enduring efforts. We highly appreciate that because they are there to groom or to groom the nurses. To the students, many thanks for doing your best. Even if the voices are raised from my side, you always know it's done by love and Ubuntu. We want you guys to be like us at the end of the fourth year. And when you go to the outside world as professional nurses. You have conducted yourselves very well professionally. And about the being of the future, being the future nurses, we are so proud of you. Because you are going to be now professional nurses who are highly trained from the Nelson Mandela University. You must always carry that name very proudly. As I'm going to finish off, I'm going to leave you based on the previous speakers, Mrs. Kramer, especially the guest speaker, Mrs. Adams. Remember the 6 C's. I'm going to plow my own seed to you as I've already done. You must always, for you to be able to come to the 6 C's, you must have this golden rule. Do unto others as you would like them to do unto you. when you are carrying the values of Nelson Mandela, you must have a picture of you lying in that bed. So to be able to take all what was said here, you must do unto others as we would like them to do unto you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ms. Chala, for that very insightful vote of thanks. So once again, thanks everyone, and we declare this meeting closed. Thank you. Just give yourself a hand of applause.